Alright, let's see what the ocean has on hand for us today. Maybe we have an origin island. At some point it has to be true if I keep saying it. It was just like that with the penguins. After I kept saying it, we got so many of them. So it's just I need to keep saying origin island, origin island, origin island, and then we're gonna find like 5 of them right after each other. Because then we can make a build on one, like a very old, like I would love to really do something in the area of the origin island when we find one. Like make a totally classic Minecraft type of build. But at the same time, I want to take especially the roses home, because I am still very sad by the fact that they were changed. Like we have poppies now instead of roses. I love them. And I want to take like a lot of them home, but then we don't have any in the area. And I don't think bone mealing in that terrain is going to snow. We're gonna risk it. We don't have named. We have 2 name tags, but what I meant to say is we don't have waystones anyway. I don't think bone mealing the grass in that area is going to spawn roses, and since they're from biomes of plenty instead of plant megapack, I don't think we can really dupe them in our flower farm like we can with the plant megapack stuff. Please no penguins this time. I would really like to keep our 2 name tags for truly special boys if we find any. I am so glad that structures are still spawning. That looked like mud, like liquid mud for a second. Looks really funny on the minimap how there's just like this grassy area all of a sudden. So I have slime in my eye. But yeah, otherwise I'm doing pretty well. I think I've been recording a lot in advance, and I hope I can keep that up. I hope I keep improving my sleep schedule as much as I can by myself at least. Ah god, I just remembered the rough estimate they gave me at the sleep study place for when it's gonna happen. Probably have to, I mean, a little bit of time has passed since then anyway, and until I get like the transfer paper from my doctor and then reach out to them again. It's gonna be some time anyway, so it might be fine, but otherwise the date they gave me, because I asked for one to prepare my autistic little self a bit more for this, that would be like a little bit too close to my wisdom teeth removal actually, I think. And I don't want to... Thank you, minimap. I would have walked past that. I don't want to interfere with the sleep study by being in pain for my teeth. So I need to make sure that's far enough away from that. That's such a cute little tiny thing. Have I found this one before? Fish trap. You're a little bit far away from water, my friend. I think we have found this before. And I think I have done just this before. I think this is meant to be in like a there's water underneath this type of thing. How did you make this exactly? No, recipe. You needed fish for that. Or firm tofu. If we can use firm tofu, then I'd say we almost leave this here. It feels wrong. We always loot everything. Come on. We don't need more fishing rods, but at the same time, we take everything out of blacksmiths and stuff. Do we need rotten flesh? Do we need iron armor? Do we need ashes? Okay, this is what we've always done. This is what we're gonna keep doing. Cute. Then one more of the coordinates. I really want to make like a little collection on my PC. Like make a new folder for all my Life in the Woods stuff. I already have like a separate thing there. But there I want to add in all these structures that we found with their coordinates, ideally. Probably have to look into some episodes for that, because I can definitely imagine myself just not screenshotting a couple of the coordinate locations. Okay, it's time to sleep. Oh god. This is getting a little bit too dark for comfort. Good morning. Okay, let's keep going. Ah, this is so nice and fast on here. I love it. Ah, cute river. Ooh, not so rivery. I'd be bad for noticing a structure on the minimap like that. But that's like so close to the other tree, which is technically a structure, as far as I know. So, it's interesting that those two spawn so close together. But at the same time, I try to keep the minimap to sort of the radius that we could see. Of course, if we're like directly surrounded by tall mountains, then we're not really going to see what's at the back of the mountain. So that's like, but you know. I tried, and at the same time the atlas does show villages. The thing is, we don't really need villages anymore, and in my opinion, the other structures are a bit more superior than just vanilla villages. But, you know, everyone gets to have their own interpretation of that. And I probably will run some past some structures anyway, just because I am me. Okay, I wanted to see the water in the river there. That looked a little bit funny on the minimap. Pumpkins! Couldn't you have given me another one of those Mega Tiger biomes instead? No, I don't want more bundles, dude. Why are you asking? But yeah, I'm in a pretty good mood. Just by the fact that this is running smoothly. Yes, we had one crash, but we are traveling. New chunks are loading. We have yet another mod that has been added, and another custom resource pack too. So, you know, I'm okay with the occasional crash, as long as it stays occasional and as long as it isn't caused by any scary looking error codes. If it's because too much stuff is trying to load in at the same time, then okay. But if it's because suddenly my atlas has too much data and the game's just overwhelmed with that, then that's kind of uncool, especially because it didn't necessarily say, hey, your atlas file is too big. Maybe don't do that. But at the same time, it's like, have I been the only person to experience that problem? Is it maybe a problem because of other mods that are in this mod pack? Like, am I the only one that has traveled so much? Really? I mean, of course, I could imagine others had that problem, but when that happened, they just accepted it and moved on to a new world. Could be a potential thing. You never really know. Aw, that was a good one. Ah, I am such a child. Not gonna lie, seeing all these burgers here does make me a little bit hungry. Ah, fun fact. Today, I finally, I'm also getting back to my healthy breakfast era. I've talked about this a lot in the past. I used to, when it was summertime, not last summer really, but the summer before that, and I think also the summer before that, I used to have like this nice morning cereal with just like plain crunchy granola-like cereal, a little bit of soy yogurt, and then just fresh fruits, seasonal fruits. And like a little bit of homemade trail mix usually too. I sort of had that today because we have a lot of bananas that are starting to get brown. So I took 2 bananas, smashed them up, added a little bit of... Okay, that's just ice. There you can see like 1 pixel of land there. Added a little bit of yogurt and cereal. We didn't have any fruits really. I mean, I have some, but those I have plain for other uses. I did buy kiwis, but those were still a bit hard, and personally I like them when they're a little bit squishy. So they're not as sour and a little bit sweeter. And we were also out of the homemade trail mix, so I kind of need to ask my dad to refill. It's okay, I'm getting out of here. Damn it, rude. You don't like tourists, huh? I need to ask my dad to refill that soonish, because I do look forward to warmer weather and like, especially strawberries. Oh, I look so forward to strawberries in season, being in season again. I did see some at the store from Spain, but I imagine those were... Oh, this looks so pretty. This color combination. I think those are still like, you know, from like a heated greenhouse. So, you know, not ideally perfect, not 100% ecological and all that. And the thing with that is, maybe occasionally, in theory, I would buy them, but they're just not as flavorful as fresh ones. And on top of that, they go moldy very fast. Like, in my opinion, normal berries already molding after 2 days a lot of times. But if they're not grown under the best conditions, then even faster, usually, from my personal experience. So am I really gonna spend like €3 on a little bit of strawberries that, you know, cause the environment harm to be produced? And if I were to post that in any of my vegan groups, I would get slaughtered for that. And they're not gonna taste as good. So I'm just waiting for the seasonal stuff. But like this summer, I really want to eat a bunch of healthy stuff. Like ideally I want to get it up in the morning and chop up a bunch of fruits and put them in like a little Tupperware and then just snack on those during the day. Have like fresh fruit salad constantly at my disposal. That is what I ideally want to have this summer. Like a healthy, nice summer. I don't know if that's gonna happen, but I would really like it if that would be the case. I'm just taking one because then we can just use one other from these and then we don't have more cherry planks left over. And thankfully this is still a thing in this version. Hello, Mr. Whale. Kinda scared me, not gonna lie. I am getting used to not having the Atlas in our hotbar, by the way. Still a little bit weird to not have it. But I think I'm getting there. Oh, not much to know. Maybe I'm really just gonna record for an hour because I feel tired. I did get up at 8:40 today. And fell asleep at around 11 yesterday. And I didn't wake up that much during the night. Like only maybe like once I actively remember, probably about like 5-ish times. So not really a lot for someone who has a lot of sleep problems. Quack, 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 quack. I don't want to hit the duck on accident. That would break my heart. Oh, one of these biomes! A tiny shield! No, it's not a river, it's a shield. Trust me. Do we have any salt up here? No, we have marble though. We have salt. Woohoo. Ah, there we go. Shield. We also have the fake marble. We have the pretty plants. We have all the good stuff here. That was my water bottle saying hello. An hour after I last opened it. Also, another thing that I'm currently really trying is actively drinking like 2 liters of water per day. Not always really working, but I'm trying. I thought that was another floor. And yeah, I don't know, I'm like really trying to be in like my healthy era here. It could be going better, I guess, but hey, I'm actually getting my life together now, I think. Like, that's a crazy sentence to say because I've been saying that since I was like 15. And obviously been a little bit since I was that age, and I'm just now getting to the point, but at the same time I'm getting there. Doesn't necessarily matter when you reach that point. I guess it only really matters that you do reach it at some point, and that you don't destroy yourself in the process of reaching that point. Because I could have, of course, gotten my life together a lot earlier, but then I don't think my depression would have been a big fan of that. So yeah, I'm in a better mental headspace now that I can work on that, and I think that is pretty cool. And at the same time, I'm still like getting recommended, and to be fair, also watching a few of those like, you know, getting your life together type of videos, and like how I stop wasting my life, blah blah blah, my tips and advice and experiences and all that. And the struggle that I see with these videos is that, you know, not judging, and of course there are probably videos talking about just that, but the ones that I have seen were just from people being like overwhelmed by their choices and, you know, that sort of stuff. But for me, the reason I didn't have my life together for so long is because I've been depressed for almost my whole life. I had some very traumatic stuff happen to me when I was younger, which led to me not even being able to graduate because I developed PTSD from school. And there was like a lot of other stuff going on in the background that I don't really think is good to be having that kind of pressure on children. So my teen years, you know, the years where you're like supposed to like develop your interests and stuff, instead I was just depressed. And now in my early 20s, I'm just like really, I'm having energy to be creative again, to create art, and accept at the same time that it's not going to be perfect on the first try, which on the rare occasion where I wasn't too depressed to pick up a pencil and try and draw something, I was then very upset by the fact that it didn't look like something that someone who has been creating art their whole life, like someone in their 80s who has started drawing as a toddler pretty much, you know, it didn't look that way, so I'm a failure, obviously. You know, I no longer really have that mindset, which is very, very good. So, you know, maybe one day when I really have my life together, I'm gonna make like a video on how to get your life together when you're a depressed mess. I mean, I still have to really figure that one out myself, but I'm getting there, you know? Also, why is the game so quiet? I feel like... Ah, now I'm hearing it. Okay, I think my own volume was just very, very low. And yes, we have coal at home, lots of it. We already have lots of it in our backpack. But this is just like such a nice biome. I like walking through here. I like collecting stuff, so... Can't help myself, okay? Yeah, I just think... Cherry Blossom Grove! I'm at like probably the best point in my life that I've ever been at. I have a very good mindset, at least compared to how it used to be. Maybe if I were to explain to any like professional my way of thinking, then they would say like, oh my god, did you not do that? But struggling to do that too, so you know, just trying to get through it myself for now. And you know, I think I'm doing good. I'm able to introduce new productive, healthy habits into my routine slowly. But another thing, facial skincare. I've been putting body lotion on almost every evening for like, I think since the end of last summer actually. And there's rarely a day where I don't do it. Okay, these biomes look really funny on the mini-map. Let me sit up here real quick. But facial skincare, I've been doing that regularly for about a month now, I think. And I think it is now also part of my routine. And I'm very happy to announce that. Because that was something I've always struggled with. Like, I used to do occasional, okay, maybe not like super active, but more than just the occasional, oh, my face is dry, I'm gonna put some cream on it. You know, a little bit more than that, but not quite every night, I think. I don't know, it's also been a while. Maybe it was every night, I don't know. But when I was very much into like my makeup phase, I also had a lot of skincare and I really enjoyed it. But then my life really fell apart and I became really depressed, so I sort of stopped doing all of that. And ever since then, it's been pretty much impossible for me to really get skincare back into my routine. Like every time I'd almost have it, similar to how I explained when I lost my flossing routine, my flossing habit. It's just, you know, it's like, I'm tired tonight, I'm gonna do it tomorrow, and then, you know, it's like, I'm not gonna do it after I shower, I'm gonna do it before I go to bed, and then, it's late, I really need to go to bed now, so I'm just gonna do it tomorrow, and it just keeps repeating like that. And then it just doesn't become a habit. But now it is a habit, and I'm doing it like every day. And I'm so happy with that because my skin is very, very good. And, you know, I'm not just doing that because I'm like, oh, a little beauty guru. It really helps me because I am a skin picker. Basically, if I see like any pimples or blackheads on anywhere on my face, I need to pop that. I need to see what could squeeze out of that. Like seeing a good pore come out of a pimple, like, that's a feeling that 10 out of 10. And I still skin pick. You know, it's not like doing skincare suddenly magically cured me of that. No. But doing skincare means I have better skin, which means I have less pimples and pores and other things sticking out of my face, which means there is less reason for me to skin pick. Very, very good. Even though right now my chin area has become my problem area, because it's like I barely have anything on my forehead. On top of that, I now have bangs, and bangs also kind of stop me from skin picking, because it's like, oh, they're sitting so nicely. I'm not gonna mess them up and see if there's a new pore that I could get out of there, you know? So the bangs, skincare, it's a good combination. And I think now I've been just like, PC? Okay, little PC lag. Now I've been seeing like the tiniest things on my forehead and not forehead, chin instead. So I've been picking a little bit on my chin. That got better again, and now it's kind of bad again. I mean, not awful, but it has looked better before. So that's something that I still need to get under control. Because, to be fair, I'd prefer to pick on my forehead, because I have bangs and I can hide it a lot better, than versus on my chin, the area that, now that it's no longer 2020, and you're no longer constantly under a mask, more people are seeing. No, I'd prefer to just pick the old area in that case, but that area is now looking good, so, But yeah, another way, I'm getting there. You know, it's still far from perfect. Like I said, my sleep schedule, oof. My insomnia, oof. But I'm attempting things. But just like with painting, I'm really into painting with gouache lately. I mean, I haven't done much. I meant to maybe paint today, but I don't think I'm gonna do it considering it's already late and I'm getting tired and all that. But maybe I'll paint something tomorrow instead. Like, I'm just so... I feel inspired. I feel alright with, you know, learning and getting to know the medium. Like, of course, if I'm painting with a thing that I've never painted before with in my whole life, I have to, like, you know, learn how does the color mixing work really, and how is the water going to impact everything, like how does the layering work and all that, how long do the colors really need to dry. That is not going to work on the very first painting that I do, and that's okay, you know, because I'm still getting up and trying to learn it and, you know, trying to improve. And this is a mindset that I didn't have for the longest time, and I don't really know what changed it. Maybe it's getting old. Maybe one of those millions of getting your life together videos actually did something to my brain. I don't know. But I feel good about the things that I'm doing. And even on days where it's a bit harder for me, I thought that was a structure like a little witch house. On the days where it's, you know, a bit harder, I still try to find the positive things of the day and like the little things, like, hey, maybe I wasn't very productive today, maybe I didn't do really anything of my to-do list, but maybe I ate some fruit instead, you know, a little healthy snack. Or if I didn't, then maybe I still cooked a nice meal. Or, you know, maybe the weather was nice. I have reached the age of being happy about good weather. Like right now, you can feel that spring is, like, you know, around the corner, and it's finally getting warmer and everything. And that's so nice. And saying that makes me so old, I think. If 12-year-old me didn't necessarily care about that, because I was like, why would I? I'm just gonna be in my room and play Minecraft all day. Hashtag YOLO. Oh, 2014 is calling. Oh god, that was 11 years ago. Oh god, I'm old. Oh god, I've been playing this game for long. How's Silk Glades? I remember. Okay. Very tiny Silk Glades biome. I've been playing this game for so long. Like really, I started playing this when I was 9 years old, I think. And that's quite some time, you know? 9 years versus now 23 years. That's a long time. It's crazy the things that this game has led me to. Hey, I hope we have a nice biome ahead, also next to us then, so not just the lag biome. This is a sludge pit. Okay, what is that? Okay, I just had like random stuff on my face. For a second I thought it was like a little fly that just landed there, but no, it was like... I don't know. I don't want to know. If I think about what could potentially be on my face, I just get a little bit disgusted, potentially. Like, oh no, you're telling me there could be potential food leftovers? The thing that I just thoroughly enjoyed eating a couple hours ago? Nah, now it's disgusting. Literally me every time I floss. Like, maybe that was a wonderful cookie 5 minutes ago, but now... eh. Why is it in my mouth? Natural staircase, thank you very much. One where we didn't even have to destroy any leaves. Very much appreciate that. Of course, that doesn't fit in there anymore. I meant to call that backpack too for a second. That goes in there, and... ooh. See how many more of the gladius things we get.